think that if you have children, you should be with the father of your children. That's what I think. If he was good enough to give you a child, but he's not good enough to marry, is crazy to me. He was good enough to give you something that's a piece of him for the rest of his life. You want to go out here low market value. This sounds really terrible when I'm saying it out loud, but you want to go out here and do all of that when you could have just stayed with him. Why'd you choose him in the first place? Why'd you let him shoot up the club? Why'd you let him get you pregnant?
That's real.
I don't understand that. And if that's the case, be with your baby daddy. I don't feel like women should be getting pregnant by everybody.
That's also true.
I just don't think that. A majority of children are accidents. They are. I'm an accident. You were probably an accident. Kenny, one day we'll probably have an accident.
I'm the firstborn.
I'm the firstborn
Definitely
too.
an accident.
I was the firstborn too.
So I say that to say, I'm saying that most children are not planned. It's like, oh my God, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
Most parents are not sitting here like, yeah, we're going to get pregnant on this month. Now, some are.
Some are.
I'm hope, you know, in my situation now, I'm old. It's big old. It's giving big.
You're not old.
I'm just saying now it's a plan.
Okay.
And I pray God is in alignment with the plan.
Yo, some women get on my nerve. Like, they're over here turning 40, telling me that, oh, I can't find a good man. I can't find a good man. And then they talk to someone and they just stop talking to them. And I'm like, well, what the happened? Oh, well, I asked him what he was doing and he told me he was eating chicken wings. Okay, and that was it. He was eating chicken wings. You just stopped talking to him because he was eating chicken wings? No, he should have like ate something healthier. Like, I want my guy to eat something healthy. The guy wants chicken wings. You just stopped talking to a guy for eating chicken wings. That's why you 40 and single. Like, what do you mean? They ain't good guys. He's not a good guy because he eats chicken wings? Get the out of here.
I think y'all too grown to be fumbling good people. The fact that y'all still think that the grass is greener on the other side is crazy. Haven't you went through enough already? Like, haven't you been served the wrong hand when it came to dating? Like, don't you think that you have been through enough already? So why is it when you finally get you a good person, you're constantly always looking for other options? Other options? There are many, many options, but none of them are good. Take care of what you got going on, because you're over here looking at options when there's people who are ready for the next step, looking at your girl, looking at your man like, that woman deserves to be a wife. That man needs a woman to talk life into him. Instead, y'all just sitting here being selfish, fumbling good people.
Man, listen to me and listen to me good, because I love you when I say this. Stop shelving them men. You putting good men on the shelf because you talking about he too short, he don't weigh enough, his name is weird, he just not your type. Girl, your type is why we here. No shade, because I was that girl before too, baby. When Dotha came my way, I was not looking at that man. I almost shelved him. I almost let him being dressed like Justin Bieber get in the way of my true love. Because y'all don't want to look at certain men because they don't look a certain way. They're not a certain height. They're not a certain weight. Well, guess what, honey? The one who is your height probably got you up crying at night. We can't be doing this. I'm speaking from experience. I almost curved this man. And now look at me. Baby, I'm a passenger princess. I don't drive. And my nails? My man. Sweetie, stop shelving these men. You be missing out on good men. How I get the light in the car? My man bought me a mirror. Stop shelving these men.
For ladies that think their looks is what attracts men, when Matthew McConaughey saw his wife, he said, "What is that?" He didn't even say, "Who is that?" Because he said her energy was so attractive. Men feel you before they see you. I know everyone says men are about looks. Yeah, men are. But when your man is finding you, he is going to feel you before he really sees you. This is why stepping into prize energy, your unique energy, your highest self-worth, your most embodied feminine energy that is tailored to you is so important, because then your man notices you. You're no longer trying to be like every other feminine out there. You have uniqueified, I just made that word up, your own energy, and your man is going to be like, who is that? It happens every time to all my clients.
Dad, what does it mean for a woman to submit to a man?
So it's a very controversial topic, Aria. okay? Because women like to do things their own way nowadays, and they don't want to submit to a man because they think that makes them lesser of a woman to submit to a man. Men are like an umbrella, and the world is like a thunderstorm. And women can either go out into the thunderstorm and get completely soaked and drenched, or
They can go under the umbrella.
what?
Or they can go under the umbrella.
Exactly, or they can go under the umbrella. What a lot of women have a hard time realizing is that that umbrella is only useful to cover and protect her from the storm if she holds it up, right? So if a woman wants to be protected by the covering of a man, she has to then submit underneath his covering and protection. But some women have a hard time with ego and pride that they don't want to be underneath another man. But what they fail to realize is that the umbrella can't be used for its intended purpose without the woman holding.
The umbrella.
Correct. What good does an umbrella do if you just hold it out to the side?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. But so many women want to be equal to men. They don't want to be underneath men, that they hold the umbrella out to the side, wondering why they can get drenched in the storm. But the way to be protected by the covering is to submit to being underneath it. Does that mean that the woman is less? No, it doesn't. Because guess what? The umbrella can't do its job without the support of the woman. Right? So men need women to support us so that we can cover them and protect them from storms. Here's the caveat to that. Men have to be full of integrity. Otherwise, even if a woman holds that umbrella up, she's still going to get drenched by the holes in the umbrella.
Men are tired of getting rejected for the dumbest reasons, right? Right? You meet a girl and you go out, everything's going great, you got a job, right? You're a nice guy, just objectively a good human, right? You got a pretty good car, you live in your own apartment, no roommates, right? And you happen to show up on the date wearing brown shoes. And she's, everything's great, but she can't date a guy who wears like brown shoes, right? I mean, this is happening, right? There are guys that are checking box after box after box and getting rejected for the stupidest, dumbest things. And they're so tired of the game.
A group of men come up and disrespect you. What do you expect your man to do?
Beat their
The whole group.
Oh my God.
It's a tough job being a man of Jesus Christ. Like, on top of the fact that y'all expect us to pay for every thing, we
gotta die for y'all.
We don't even have the luxury of being afraid like a normal human being. Start shooting in here right now. I'm supposed to go like this over you and run with you hand in hand, knowing I can take off right. I could be good.
You are hilarious.
I could do one of these right now and be gone. Good safety. You gonna get me shot. Around with you with these heels on. I told you not to wear them.
I want a dominant man.
Are you gonna lead or not?
That's still just like,
Are
if you
you
really
a man
think
who
about
leads?
it.
Are you a man that leads? That's the response. That's the response. Are you a man that leads?
Do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time, starting with you?
I think so, actually, yeah.
Okay, you're 28, better looking in 10 years' time at 38?
Yes, yeah.
48?
Yes.
58?
Yes.
68?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I got good genetics. I'm gonna say yeah. My family's they're healthy, beautiful skin, and yeah.
50 years, 78, better looking?
I would say I'm just gonna be beautiful regardless,
You're 25, better looking in 10 years' time at 35?
Definitely better looking because I'm going to get surgery.
You're 23, better looking in 10 years' time at 33?
Honestly, yeah, I would say. I do have a lot of potential.
She ain't lying. Y'all check this out.
Hey babe, good morning. I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna have a pretty busy day today, so I'm gonna try to call you on my lunch break, but if I can't, I'll text you. Either way, I'll see you tonight. I love you. That man don't like you!
She is absolutely correct. And this applies to women too. And of course, I'm talking about somebody that you're really dealing with. I'm not talking about somebody you met a week ago. It takes less than 10 seconds to send a text message or leave a voice message. So if you don't hear from somebody all day or 2 days, unless they're in a hospital, lost their phone, or there is nothing else that makes any sense. They ain't rocking with you. It's that simple.
You know, I think most women, I think a lot of these ladies, I should say, a lot of these modern women, they need to start listening to other ladies. I think there was one woman that was like, man, the man that I'm with today, he's a good man. And I almost put him on the shelf. And then she said, hey man, no shade. I used to be like you. So you have women that are growing up and saying, man, I almost missed my man. I almost missed a great opportunity. It's the same thing that men have been telling you, but because y'all don't listen to men, y'all don't want to hear that. But when a woman is telling you, hey, this is what's, you got to be careful. I'm not telling you to get with every man. I'm not telling you to get with somebody that you don't like. But some of these dudes that you might think are attractive, but, oh, he's corny. I don't like that he's dressed like this. You put him on the shelf and the man actually takes care of you. A lot of the stuff that modern women complain about can be quote unquote fixed. But then also when you're fixing stuff about him, you also need to understand that there going to be some stuff that he need to fix about you.
Hey baby, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? I was just watching the video where you denied me, and holy, have you read those comments? And I'll tell you, those comments were on. I mean, that is how I feel inside. I mean, it's not all the time, but I get over it very quickly.
Maybe you should go get a counselor.
I don't need one. I mean, I self-counsel.
Well,
but
this is not why.
My God,
this is not why I was.
I know, but I was
coming
reading
here
them.
today. When I was coming here today, is I got a Delaney game, and I have some shelves that I need to have hung in the bedroom, and so I was wondering if you could take care of those while I was gone.
Absolutely. Just give me a list of everything you want me to do. Make a list, and I'll check them off one by one. As soon as you leave, I'll get on it, and I'll just motor through that list, and by the time you get back, you'll be coming home to a different house.
I would love that.
Okay, you make the list, and I'll take care of it.
It's the box in the bedroom.
That big, giant, heavy box?
Big, giant, heavy box.
Absolutely.
There's 2
I love
shelves.
big, giant, heavy boxes.
I was not expecting this follow-up video. I mean, that man is just telling her as it is. And honestly, I think that this man is now like standing on more steady ground where he has a bunch of people that have actually validated his issues with what she was doing. And as he should, he is standing tall and voicing it to her. But her response to hearing his feelings is completely dismissive. And in her next breath, she's asking him to do her a bunch of favors. It is very obvious to me that this is a man that chooses to be happy through any and everything. At the end of this video, he is still smiling and laughing. But this is the trap that a lot of happy-go-lucky men fall into because in the end all, their feelings are dismissed. They're not really heard. What's tough about that is that if their feelings aren't heard on anything, that's not going to result in anything ever really changing. And I would argue that type of person is the one that is most deserving because he's willing to put his own feelings aside in order to keep things happy in the relationship. Which is why it needs to be his woman's priority to make sure that his feelings are being considered.
And if I ask for a back massage, I want it to only be a back massage.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
a good one.
Yeah, well, if I got time to do all that.
No. We're laying in bed watching TV and I want a good masseuse level back massage without you thinking anything else is going to happen.
Mm.
I need that.
I'll attempt it.
You've tried it and failed.
When he asks for dinner, he wants it to only be dinner. Michelin star level dinner, no yapping and no gossip about your coworkers. See, 2 people can play at this.
Not one woman mentioned that they're going to be a good mother, right? A good wife, a dutiful wife, and help support the man. Yep. Everything was me. This is what y'all are competing for in the West, okay? That's what you're competing for. So, since women have this crazy concept of I'm successful and I deserve the highest value man that I can get, regardless of my own personal inadequacies, you guys need to become. Not so that you can get them, guys. I said that a million times. You don't become so that you can get girls. You become so you don't tolerate the that inevitably comes with the girl.
I was rejected by a matchmaker this week. You wouldn't be able
to work with me. I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, men really like a soft woman, and I should try some of these vision board, journaling, meditating type of things. She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high, and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I've been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. We shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary, and the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
The part that she's not considering is that matchmaker is also hired by men. So she's listening to what men want, which is why she's giving the feedback that she's giving. But this reaction from a woman is exactly what a lot of men are experiencing in the dating world. There's just so much resistance from women these days to self-reflect and potentially change a little bit. It is okay to change yourself in order to improve yourself. It does not mean that you're not worthy of love currently. You are. Everyone is. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make yourself a better partner to fit into a relationship? It's really that simple.
Hey, I'm gonna hang out with Brad tonight. Who's Brad? One of my fat friends. Okay, sounds good. We're gonna be watching a movie. That sounds fun. At his house? Okay. Alone? Okay.
If you ever wanted to know what it looked like to be manipulated by a woman, you just saw it right there. You're probably wondering, how is that being manipulated by a woman? How is that what it looks like to be manipulated by a woman? She's manipulating the men. She's manipulating two audiences of people. She's manipulating the men watching this video, trying to figure out how to be a secure man. Two, she's manipulating women into believing that a secure man is a man without boundaries. I'm gonna say that again because I lost you. She's manipulating men trying to see how to be a secure man, and she's manipulating the women who are watching into believing a man who is secure is just okay with anything you do. That's not security, that's a man without boundaries. Because what do you mean you're going over to a male's house that I've never met, and I don't know, not even that I have never met, I don't even know about this person. Don't know about this person, never met him. You're going to be at his house watching a movie alone? Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? I'm telling you, all these psyops is crazy. Like, they really be trying to get the youth. I don't understand it, but hey, man.
Arguing with an emotional woman is a losing game always. Not because she's stupid, not because she's wrong, but because the argument was never about logic to begin with. You come in with the facts, she comes in with the feelings, and feelings don't debate, they override. She is not listening to understand you. She's listening to reload because every word that you say becomes ammo. Every explanation turns into leverage. Every attempt to clear things up just digs you even deeper. And by the end of it all, facts are buried, guilt is now here, and somehow you're the villain and she's the victim. That is not a discussion. That is emotional chaos. And here's what men don't want to hear. The more you argue and snap back, the weaker you look. Strong men do not chase validation through debates. They don't try to win emotionally charged conversations. They also don't need to prove reality to somebody who's already decided how they feel. Silence does what logic never will. It frustrates, it removes the fuel, and it starves the chaos. So, do Detachment is your power. Your calm is your dominance, and the control is everything. Kings do not argue with pigeons. They don't knock over the pieces. They don't roll in their mess. They walk away. They stay unmoved. They let the noise on its own. That is not your weakness. That is your mastery. Learn it.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. People get divorced for all kinds of reasons. Maybe you don't agree on how to parent your kids. Maybe you suck at communicating and argue all the time. Maybe you don't agree on money and you have financial issues. Maybe there's no intimacy and you feel like you're living with a roommate. Those are all valid reasons to not want to stay in a relationship. And if that's you, you deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness.
The reason why men seek loyalty more than anything else in a relationship is because we live in an age where women will initiate divorce with a good guy that has sacrificed for her and for his family. She will even admit that he is such a good guy, but that she's just not happy. She's bored. She's in a midlife crisis. Her hormones are out of whack. But what's really messed up is that she just wants to get rid of the guy that she views is in her way of getting that excitement that she wants. But the difference is that a good woman will continue to value the good virtues of a good man, even through her own unhappiness, her own boredom, her midlife crisis, and her hormonal changes. She will not make a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. And that is exactly what a good man needs.
And once again, kind of like Dazon was talking about, these modern women, they try to tell you, hey, this is the right thing to do, with some of their stupid skits. Oh yeah, I'm going to be over a man's house alone watching a movie till late at night. Now, y'all might not be doing anything but literally watching the movie, but you have to start putting yourself in the man's position. You have to start seeing, because a lot of times modern women see it through their lens and they don't care to see it through nobody else's lens. You have to start putting yourself in not only the man, but your man, the person that you've dedicated your life to. If there was a woman that, she's got a workout plan, she got a gym, she's a personal trainer, but she dressed in a certain way, right? Because that's how, female trainers dress, right? I might, or maybe not even trainer, a model. I got a woman that's a model. She's my friend, been friends since childhood. She wants me to help. She wants me to come over and help her with some, photos, to stage some photos. Okay, you do this because, I studied photography in school. She wants me to come over and help with that sort of thing. Oh yeah, okay, let's go. Well, we're not going. It's going to be me going over there. How would you feel? Oh, okay. Why can't I go? I want to see. Well, no, it's just something that's, as less distractions. Now you see, even now, I'm doing more explaining than what you saw in the video. A lot of the questions that woman was asking her man, it was, okay. But a man would have, if he was doing something similar, even something apples to apples, he would have to explain. Well, doesn't she have a man? How come she can't? Now you're asking questions. He got to explain to you. You know what I mean? That lets us know you're not going to be okay with that.
There is a difference between a good man and the right man. After being with my fiance for almost 6 years and recently getting engaged, I feel like I finally understand the difference between a good man and the right man. So let's get to it. With a good man, he will be nice to you, but you will still feel like something is off. He will love the idea of you more than the real you. He gets uncomfortable and he avoids hard conversations. He gets uncomfortable with your growth, or he has no drive to grow and change at all. But the right man will choose you every single day, not just when it's easy. He will know every version of you and love every version of you, not just the version that is convenient for him. He will sit and have uncomfortable conversations with you because he loves you so much and cares for you so much that he is willing to sit in discomfort rather than push it under the rug. He will never love bomb you to sweep your feelings or your frustrations under the rug, but he will spend time trying to learn and understand you so he can be better. But the biggest difference overall is that with the right man, you will never be confused. You will never be confused on where you stand, his feelings for you, and what your future looks like together, because you are in constant communication of evolving, of growing, and changing, and having uncomfortable conversations. So, if you are with someone right now, let me know in the comments. Do you think they're a good man, or do you think they're the right man?
I got rejected by a man this week in a way that was kind of actually brutal.
I just want to say I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Fuck no.
Excuse me?
Nah, I'm good. Trust me. I don't know, you just kind of busted looking. I go for more like attractive.
Got it.
I had just had my first rejection in the whole of my life at 56, and I tell you what, it was the bitterest pill I've had to swallow.
I just want to say I think you're really cute. I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I got standards.
Party with me for bed while I tell you about the worst time I've ever been rejected by a guy. I literally had not told anyone this story because that's how humbling the experience was. Background info, I never ever approach guys first because I have anxiety.
I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Oh, thank you. But no, I wouldn't date you if I was straight.
I was rejected by a guy in the most embarrassing and humiliating way possible.
I thought you were really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
I'll be completely honest with you. No offense. I kind of look like Miss Piglet from the Muppets.
I think as a man, I would be, like, obviously scared to ask a girl out, but, like, you have to man up and just do it. But you guys probably get rejected so many times. Like, how do you just, like, become used to that rejection?
Hey, I think you're cute. I was wondering if I can get your Snapchat.
No.
You think rejection hurts? Try getting rejected by your future wife 7 times. Let me tell you something. I tried to shoot at this girl in high school, and she told me no. Then I shot again, she told me no again. But I kept showing up, not on some creepy stuff, but on some consistent, confident, and undeniable type.
Man, I don't know who needs to tell you this, but that's called begging, bro. That right there, that's begging. 7 times? You asked your wife to be your girl 7 times? Bro, did you not have any other options on the table? Bro, you have a last name to protect. What are you talking about 7 times? That means she exasperated all other options before she said, F it. Fine, I'll do this with you. I don't know if I'd be able to make it if I was in a get last resort ass relationship. Maybe I just have too much pride. Because if I ask her to be my girl and she says no, the devil will have his seat back in heaven before I ask her out again. Let alone make her my wife. And then he told the internet. My group chat could never find out I asked out my girl 7 times before she said yes. The CIA couldn't beat that information out of me. What are you talking about?
I'm just going to say this because I know it's going to piss some people off. But honestly, if it triggers you, good. If a woman cheats, it's usually not random. It's not one mistake. There are patterns and no one wants to talk about them. So I'm going to give you 3 things that massively increase the chances a woman will cheat. Not always, but often enough that you should pay attention. First, low self-worth. I mean, she needs attention to feel okay. Like, she feels good when she's desired. She feels alive when someone's flirting with her. And when that attention dips in the relationship, she starts feeling empty. She'll just say, I'm just talking. I didn't mean anything, but the truth is she was feeding something inside her. Second, she avoids emotional discomfort. This one is huge. She doesn't sit with loneliness. She doesn't sit with boredom. She doesn't sit with unmet needs. The moment things feel heavy, awkward, or emotionally dry, she looks for relief. Not resolution, relief. So instead of fixing the relationship, she distracts herself with a person, with attention, with a vibe. Third, porous boundaries. And this is the one people defend the hardest. She'll say, I'm just friendly. I'm just being nice. I'm just a friend. But she's oversharing. She's emotionally intimate with other men. She's keeping doors cracked open, just in case. And cheating doesn't start with intention. It starts with no boundaries. If you don't protect the relationship, someone else will walk into it. Now listen, this is important. None of this makes cheating okay. Ever. Cheating is still a character issue. But if a woman has low self-worth, can't tolerate emotional discomfort, and has weak boundaries, the relationship is on a thin ice whether you want to admit it or not.
For the perfect man, do you give up your career?
No.
Really?
No man is going to fulfill me like singing fulfills me, like being on that stage. Like, you don't even understand how addicting and how just amazing you feel when you do that. Like, my singing is my everything, and it will always be my everything.
You could sing in private.
No.
You can still sing.
No, that's not what I want to do.
You can sing in the shower,
share
girl.
My art.
Sing in the shower.
That's not being on stage. That's not getting cheered for.
Why are women so obsessed with the rat race? You do a job besides singing, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you a waitress? Because a lot of people in Hollywood, they're f***ing waiters.
I could sing for y'all right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Trust me, I mean what I say when I so you don't notice me most days. No, you don't see that dynamic done change. Bet you don't know what to say. I'm shamed cause you really was my fave. Now I gotta push you away, making me feel this way. That shit real not okay.
Don't you ever quit singing for anybody.
Not even for $10 billion.
A broke man's love language is romance. When a broke man wants to be in love with you, he will put this, our sun and moon is in Sagittarius and it's in Aries, and we're meant to be together. We're twin flames. Our numerology 7. This is a broke man's language. This is all he can offer. He can't offer you money. He can't fix your issues. He can't give you solutions to your problems. He will use you as a therapy buddy, an emotional dumpster, because he can't go to his bros. That's embarrassing and weak. So he'll use you for that. And most of these men have nothing going on for them. They'll come to you and they'll waste your time.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with this lady. A broke man can't really offer you anything but maybe some good words, some good romance. That's pretty much about it. They really can't offer you too much else. But I do have a question for this young lady since we're on the topic. What does a broke woman offer you outside of romance and words? I really want to know this. What does a broke woman offer you? Outside of fixing her problems, dealing with her issues, and paying for her stuff, what can a broke woman offer somebody? And if you say some of them can cook, clean, and take care of the house, well, there are some men out there who can fix cars, cut the grass, and fix things around the house. So I'll ask you again, what is it that a broke woman offers a man? Could it be that broke people aren't much help financially, but men with money are willing to accept a woman with no money because we are selfless and we don't mind taking care of people? But women, on the other hand, when they get a little money, they don't want to take care of anybody but themselves. And because of that, they'll look down at a broke man, even though a broke woman doesn't have much going on and will use you and waste your time as well. And the fact is, if men with money started acting like women with money, there would be a lot more broke women running around. Could that be it? I'm just asking.
My male audience, please come to the front, I have a question for you because I saw this video and I thought, is she onto something or is this?
Here's a hard pill to swallow for intelligent woman. You are not the average male's ideal woman. You are not the majority of men's ideal woman. You are kind of like a muse. You make the man think, you say things that never enter his consciousness on a day-to-day basis. You become an object of study. You are intellectual. You are deep. You are dense. He's sitting there in awe that a woman could surprise him.
Now, I think she might be, because as an intelligent woman, I'd like to think of myself as an intellectual and not just well-educated, because I do think those are two separate things. I've never gotten a negative reaction from men because of my intelligence. I think women that do tend to be more pretentious than anything else, like projecting their intelligence by trying to make it seem like they're a lot smarter than they really are. And that could really throw men off. Or do some men just like being around the stupid girls because it helps them feel smarter? Let me know. I'm curious.
I think a lot of these women put out these think pieces. They put out these think pieces and, I understand where they're coming from. But once again, they're going to have a lot of modern women stuck. They're going to have a lot of modern women out here not really knowing, out here feeling in the wind, just blowing in the wind, doing the wrong thing. It's going to happen, unfortunately. Modern women need to understand. I've been with him long enough to understand what's a good man and what's a right man. A lot of men are good men. A lot of men are good men. Y'all keep on saying that they're terrible and they're trash, but they're good men. And a right man He'll do this, he'll do that. And you'll notice with a lot of these modern women, he'll sit in uncomfort. He will be uncomfortable. There will be hard times in a relationship and in a marriage, for sure. But with modern women, most of the marriage is going to be hard. And what you're essentially saying, and what modern women essentially say, is the right man will put up with all of it. Essentially what you're wanting the man to do is come in. I have an issue. I have actually multiple issues, and I want you to solve every single one of them. So the man, because modern women have so many problems, and a lot of these problems are so deep, you're going to spend literal decades solving her problems. And then when you get through with about 80-90% of the problems, she'll jump to another man. Oh, he's boring. He never had a backbone. He just did everything. You know, he was a nice guy. He was a good man. You know, but you shouldn't be afraid to leave the good man. Huh. Interesting.
I find it so interesting that when I talk about meeting my husband's needs, the automatic assumed thought is that it's just, but the only need a man ever has is a need. That is completely untrue. Don't get me wrong. I've never denied my husband. I've never turned him down. I've never refused. I've always responded because I love being desired by my husband. And transparently, my husband's super sexy. Okay. I desire my husband. But men are also significantly more complex than just lustful creatures like women like to paint them out to be. For example, women will sit here and demand a man increase his emotional intelligence, right? But what they really crave is that emotional vulnerability from a man. If you've ever listened to a man without interrupting him or trying to change his mind, you will hear from them that being vulnerable with a woman is a dangerous game to play. And women don't want to hear that because they refuse to take responsibility or accountability for the fact that they weaponize men's vulnerabilities. They will attack them, they will degrade them, and then they will emasculate him, and he will never come back from that.
Women that come to the gym dressed half naked, tube top, little shorts that roll up into their twat, and then sit there and wonder what we looking at. We can't even focus on working out because we too busy looking at you with your full display. Then y'all get mad when men look at y'all or stare at y'all and say, oh, he's being weird. No, you're being weird when you decided to wear no clothes to the gym. And I understand it's your body. It's your body. It's your choice. You can wear whatever it is that you want to wear. I do agree with that. However, I just feel like the gym needs a dress code at this point because women are coming in the gym with less and less clothes on. Where are your clothes, honey? Where are your clothes? I understand it's your choice, but at the end of the day, this is a public place and you're not at a beach. Like, you're not at the pool. So why do you not? You have on as little clothes as possible to come to the gym to work out with all these other people. This is not your personal gym. Like, it's not. If that's the case, you need to go to you make a gym at your house. Like, nobody wants to see all of that. And then have the audacity to have an attitude when people stare at you. Like,
I think that you quite meet the standards of masculinity that I would see. And so I think that it's unfair if you're not going to meet standards of masculinity to have certain standards of femininity.
What are the standards of masculinity?
It goes far beyond like your financial income. I think that men should be fit. I think they should be strong, able to protect. I think that they should be mentally and emotionally able to provide. Not short-tempered would be.
I've been super patient this entire show. You guys have been a little feral tonight, not gonna lie. My patience was exhausted. Before the show, we give you guys instructions on our expectations of you. We say don't do sidebar conversations. We say all these things. You guys have been just completely feral. Like, if you poke even a really patient person far enough, yeah, they're gonna get frustrated.
You have been a little bit short-tempered. My husband in 15 years has never even raised his voice at me. And I will say I'm kind of difficult. I will give him that.
Oh, well, now we're talking about something different. Actually, let's explore this. You're difficult how?
I can have a bit of a temper sometimes.
Interesting. You have the temper, and your husband does what when you have a temper?
He tells me to take a breath and calm down a little bit.
But it's a behavior that you've been with him for 15 years. It seems like your husband has not laid a strong enough boundary in your relationship, which I think would actually indicate a lack of masculinity on your husband's part.
I strongly disagree.
Hold on. Your husband tolerating 15 years of, I have an attitude problem, I'm sorry. That's not masculinity.
He has never raised his voice at me. And the Bible calls for men to treat their women with understanding.
Proverbs 21:19. Better to live in a desert than with a quarreling and nagging wife. You just admitted that you've been, for vast amounts of your marriage, difficult.
What is the most performative thing a man can do at the gym?
Leave me alone.
Probably take their shirt off and be all glistening and be like,
literally grunting when putting down like 15-pound dumbbells.
Yeah! Okay.
Performative, like I'd be impressed with your performance if you wipe your down and re-rack your weights.
Is this really fitness content in 2025? Is this what you go to the gym for? To be arrogant, to film these condescending videos hating on men? And can you imagine if men did this to women? And if they do, feel free to send it to me. I'll happily call their out too, but I see so many of these red flag videos from women all over social media. This gender-based rage bait just to get some likes and attention. Keep that nonsense out of the gym. We don't need it. And as far as grunting, there's no man grunting when he puts down 15-pound dumbbells. And if somebody does grunt, so what? They make noise-canceling headphones for a reason. So get a pair and worry about yourself. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
I asked a bunch of girls, when was the last time a man approached you at a bar and started talking to you? And I thought this was just a me thing, but they were all like, no, it hasn't happened in, I can't even tell you how long, like before COVID. And I thought that was a me experience. I was like, okay, maybe I give off like a standoffish vibe. I don't know. I don't think so. But no, they all agreed. They're like, I can't tell you the last time a man tried to talk to me at a bar. A man tried to offer to buy me a drink. Do men still do that? Men, can you weigh in? And I don't even need the drink, but like the last time, and I'll go up and talk to guys, but like, can someone explain?
Ladies keep asking this, but when are you going to realize that there are consequences to your words and actions? It's because men would rather keep to themselves than to be called a creep, or at the very least be publicly embarrassed, or at worst be accused of something. A lot of women do not realize that because of social media, a lot of young men believe that women despise them. Between the 4B movement, the it's all men until no men, and picking the bear over the man, because of this, most of them assume that women genuinely want nothing to do with them.
If my husband talked to me the way that I talk to him sometimes, I would be in a literal puddle. Sometimes I am so mean to that man, and he's always so kind. And I know that if he ever returned the same words and the same tone, I would cry.
You know what the saddest part is that I can't even say that this man can only take so much and that he will someday potentially leave, and you're going to be left thinking, why? What happened? I honestly can't say that because I don't think that's what's going to happen, because I know good men and I know that they will stay. I think that a lot of that has to do with men actually loving greater than women. They love and stay even when there's a lack of kindness, effort, reciprocation, happiness. So when a woman comes on and she's very obviously aware of her lack of kindness, for her to not talk about sitting down with her husband and taking accountability and apologizing on top of changing, it's kind of sad.
At no other point in human history have women had more freedom, have had more rights, have had more privileges, have had more comfort, have had more access to education, have had all these benefits. And it also correspondingly and coincidingly, at no other point in human history have women had more hatred, more contempt for men. At no other point in human history have women been less grateful for the bounty which is almost exclusively bestowed upon you by benevolent men.
What are we talking about?
You say, well, women are oppressed. Women have equal rights to men. Women have more freedom. They have more choice. They have more privilege, more benefits, more comfort. Almost all the comforts that you and I enjoy is because of the genius and the labor of men.
Oh, goodness.
It's look, everything you take for granted.
Oh, my God.
Everything you take for granted, I'm telling you.
What's up, y'all? So just want to touch on this whole Dr. Cheyenne Bryan fiasco, because I've seen a lot of women pointing the finger at men and saying, why aren't y'all holding her responsible for misrepresenting herself? Here's the thing, ladies. Men never bought into that representative. I seen it when she first came out. Like, men never saw her as who she was posturing herself to be. They always could see through it, and they always knew she was like one step away from like OnlyFans. So her recent behavior, sexualizing herself, participating in that low vibration, she will call it, is no surprise to them. They always saw it coming. Okay, as soon as the attention dries up, they get naked, and she's no different. And that's why men are holding her accountable or even upset, because it's not a shocker. It's just women that she duped, unfortunately. Have a blessed one.
And you know, you really honestly and truly, you just see modern women continue to expose themselves. I've never had a man, you know, they live in a world of a delusion, a land of delusion. And honestly, I hope, you know, I think there was a clip where Brian was going back and forth with a woman. Oh, I've never had my husband talk to me like that in 15 years that we've been married. You probably, and I would hope, well, I can't even say that you probably, but I would hope that you're a little bit nicer to him than you are with Brian and the people on the Whatever podcast. I would hope that would be the case. But a lot of times modern women, and there was a woman, well, you know, they admit, I have not been very good to my husband. And they just laugh it off, and they kiki, ha ha, just laugh that type of stuff off. That's not cute. It's not funny. You know, if I said some of the things to my husband, if my husband said some of the things to me that I say to him, I would melt. I would be in a puddle. Right? Because you can't control your mouth. It seems like, once again, we have the same problem. Oh, the Bible calls husbands to bear with their wives. The Bible calls for understanding. Understand how your wife moves. Understand how she acts, and bear with her. Understand, okay, you know, she's usually gets like this when she's hungry, or when she's upset, she might do this, and this. They're not talking about you being uncontrollable. That's what women were being divorced in the Old Testament for, because they would go, this is what Paul was calling down women in the church for, because they were out in the, people were up there teaching and stuff, and they were just up hollering, screaming, opening their mouths. Stop talking. There's lessons going forth. There needs to be, as the Bible calls it, decency and in order. You're out of order. The Bible speaks about that too, for both men and women, but you're not talking about that. Well, he just gotta, I'm gonna stay like this. He gotta just dwell with me. He gotta bear with me just like I am. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You need to learn to close your mouth. Close your mouth. I got a little bit of an attitude problem. Slow to anger. Slow to anger. Stop doing that stuff. Control your tongue. Control your tongue. Control your mouth. We don't hear anything about that. Not from you. Modern women are out here twisting and turning and taking the Bible in the way they want to. Oh, God understands this. My husband understands that. When you gonna change? That's what I'm saying. A man is expected to allow this stuff for 15 years, 20, 30, 40 years. Oh, it's just the way I am, and he likes me a little bit spicy. No, you're an idiot and you're immature. This is what the heck men keep on talking about. Oh, well, women are more mature than men. He's been dealing with my attitude problem for 15 freaking years. Oh, we outpace men. We got our own home. We got our own job. We pay our bills, and we're starting to make more and earn more than men. My husband has been dealing with this attitude problem for 15 years.